I think we've got to look at actually speeding up the whole planning process. It's just far too cumbersome. There's actually far too much democracy. What that means is that you'll find there's a perfectly decent scheme to build the housing the community needs, but because one or two local people get at their local councillor, the local authority says no. And really, you know, that's pushing what democratic involvement should mean. I think we've got to find a way of speeding that up. I think the worst outcome for the property industry, but for that matter for every industry, would be a very unstable minority government. You know, the issue with all minority governments is that they probably won't last more than 18 months at best. Sad truth is that I think that's quite a likely outcome this time round. I don't think the government has gone far enough on planning reform. In fact, I think it started really badly with the Localism Act, which must have sounded great in opposition, but I don't think it made a lot of sense in government. They, to be fair, have followed that up with the NPPF. They followed it up with speeding up the whole process of major project planning approval through the Nationally Significant Infrastructure Project and DCO process. That's very, very welcome. I do think the big issue at the moment is housing, and I do think it's around getting more planning consents on reasonable terms that developers can live with to actually build the homes we desperately need, particularly here in London. And I do think that needs further reform of the planning system, which won't be popular, because you've got to say to local councils, it's just wrong that a few people can get at a few councillors and a local authority because they don't want a new house at the end of their field and frustrate the needs of literally thousands, hundreds of thousands of people in this country who desperately need housing. So more reform, definitely. Will we get it? Well, if I were in number 10, you certainly would, but I'm afraid that's not likely to happen.